Well, we're back, and I hope you've been praying about this incredible opportunity to have a consistent quiet time with God. And I hope you've prayed about your why, because it's really exciting to know that there's intentionality behind what God is asking us to do. Again, I'm Carolina, and I'm doing this amazing little video series with my friend Alicia, because we're just excited to come alongside you on this journey. So right now we're going to talk about what do you think the perfect quiet time would look like? And that's kind of a trick question. So if you've never thought about it, you can pause the video. I hope you have your pen and your pad of paper and just jot some things down. And we're going to take a little bit of the pressure off of you in just a second. Okay, so what did you come up with if you pause the video? Because in my mind, and I told Alicia this before, I thought that to have the perfect quiet time that I need the worship music and it's softly playing in the background, and maybe a candle on the table, dim lighting. So I prepare for the presence of God to come down. And I think that comes from like my upbringing, what I thought church was, and the only place that I thought God would show up, not that God would meet me anywhere. And so I want to ask you, in your life right now, to be really relevant and to actually make this happen, what does a realistic, perfect quiet time look like? Yeah. So write these things down. Okay. The number one thing that you have to have is preparation. And that's why you're watching these videos, because Alicia's been planning this for a long time. She's like, oh, I think that there are a lot of women out there that don't realize that they need to do this, do this, do this. And, she's going to show you how to set yourself up for success. And so that's why these videos are so important. So first of all, you have to have preparation. The second thing is what we asked you, in the second video. And now that you know why this is so important, are you willing to commit? And a lot of you raised your hand and said, I'm in, I'm going to do this. I'm in it for real this time. So that's the second most important thing for this perfect quiet time, is just commitment. Just telling God, you know what, this time I am going to show up, because I know James 4:8 says that if I draw near to you, you're going to draw near to me. So that perfect quiet time is preparation and commitment, and just showing up and being there with all the things. What do you think, Alicia?
I love visualizing what I want my quiet time to look for. Like, if I could design the perfect quiet time, what would that look like? And I think one of the reasons why I like it is because I love to dream. I love to think about what could be. And I believe that God puts desires on our hearts that are intentional, that they are for us. And so just like Carolina said, like, I also envision having my candle lit whenever I'm having my quiet time, or being able to at least look outside. I love this view that we have in our backyard. Being able to maybe even like hear something that's soft, like whether it's worship music, or for me, it's listening to a stream of water just kind of trickling in the background. Like, whatever it is for you, I encourage you to write it down and have that in front of you, because Carolina's right. It's probably not going to look like that every single day, or maybe even not most days. But when you have that in your mind and have it in front of you, it gives you a place to go. It gives you a place to run toward. And I don't think that that's a bad thing at all. But I love what Carolina said about being realistic, because depending on what season of life you're in, maybe you don't have, like, I would love to spend like hours upon hours, like going from, one verse and looking at the cross reference and looking up different translations and looking into the root word, like meanings and all of that. But that takes time. And sometimes I get to do that. I'm very thankful for those times. But that might not be realistic for me every day in the current season of life I'm in, with little kids and all of that kind of stuff. So what is it for you? So how can you take your vision and where you are and kind of start to marry them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. So, we already asked you if you're going to be committed. And so if you wrote down what your perfect quiet time looks like, what do you want them to do? You want them to snap a picture, write it in the comments?
Yeah. And you don't have to tell us everything because some of it might be really personal. Like, think about all five senses, though. Like, what are you listening to? What are you seeing? What are you hearing? What are you feeling? I have a rug in my living room that I love to kneel on just to feel. Now, do I do that every day? No, but it just, think about those things and then give us a few of the things on your list. You don't have to tell us everything, but if you want to snap a picture of it or write it in the comments, let us know what you feel like would help you to want to do that more consistently, to want to spend that time with God more consistently, because that's really what we're after. We are looking at setting ourselves up to where we want to build that relationship. And so we're excited to see. And it spurs us on, like, oh, I never thought about doing that. Yeah, I want to try that. It's just something that you'll have to try and see what works best for you.